and Germany just managed to hold on to that narrow lead by a 1-0 win. Here's a look at the standings then in Group A. Germany just at the top ahead of Slovakia, who actually handed them a defeat in this group. They're both level on 9 points, but the Germans with a superior goal difference. Northern Ireland there in third. It's looking a bit dicey for them. And Luxembourg, well, it just isn't.
It's gone.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. Sorry, Luxembourg. Well, sticking with the whole German theme, you know that Florian Wirtz, he was in action today, and Jurgen Klopp and Julian Nagelsmann have both been giving their thoughts on why he's probably not having the instant impact at Liverpool. Here's what Jurgen Klopp had to say. He said, Wirtz is a once-in-a-century talent, and at some point, he'll show that in every game. Again, just as he did at Leverkusen. The discussions are a bit exaggerated. If anyone's worried, you don't have to be. You can stop. Everything will be fine. Julian Nagelsmann, this is what he also had to say. Even though he hasn't scored any goals, he is still the player who creates the most chances in the Premier League. It's not his fault if his teammates don't convert them, and the statistics don't even tell the whole story. Well, Julian, you know we love to check stats on this show very much.
I mean, he doesn't.
And it's not Florian Wirtz, who has created the most chances in the Premier League so far this season. Is actually Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United, ahead of Jack Grealish, Cody Gakpo. And there you have it. The stats don't lie.
We didn't really need a graphic, although this is for aesthetic purposes. If you've watched the games...
We love stats on here.
If you watch the games, you know that Florian Wirtz is not the chief creator in the Premier League.
So what's
or indeed the chief creator at Liverpool at the moment, which he's not. He's third. Both of those managers are one manager who clearly is not watching enough of Liverpool, otherwise he's just waffling on nonsense, and the other one, the ex-manager, they're both talking guff. I'll give you an example. Jurgen Klopp saying Florian Wirtz is a very good player, don't get me wrong, and this will probably all blow away when he hits his strap at Liverpool, which I'm sure he will. But to say he's a once-in-a-century talent is just ridiculous, because you could argue in Germany, Musiala is as good a player, if not better. Is that 2 in a century then? And that's us just in Germany. And then the other guy saying, he's creating the most amount of chances. I mean, come on. This match against Germany tonight, you saw the stats against Northern Ireland. You saw the stats, heavily weighted in possession, but Northern Ireland had 12 shots, efforts and goal. The might of Germany, of the old Germany, wouldn't have allowed this Northern Ireland team. Stevie looked up at least one of the players getting plucked from Stevenage. They wouldn't even have got near the penalty area. No. This is a German team that are not worth their weight in salt. This is a Germany manager who's floundering. And unfortunately for Florian Wirtz at the moment, he is floundering as well. And I think maybe this is managers trying to stick up for him, but these comments are just stupid. Jurgen Klopp talking about that when we know Musiala is injured, but he's a great player. And Julian Nagelsmann, coming out and talking about all these chances he's creating when he's not even the most creative player currently in a very, in a Liverpool side that are struggling.
Yeah, well, at this point, let's welcome in Mario Melchiot, who's also joining the fun here on ESPN FC. Mario, you heard me read out the quotes there from Nagelsmann as well as Jurgen Klopp. What do you think about what they had to say about Florian Wirtz?
I mean, look, Craig said it, he's very talented as a player. And we saw, I think they refer back to last season, of course, before he joined Liverpool. We haven't seen him yet, you understand, to the level that we are used to seeing him. So I think that's why they're jumping on it in the sense of like, hey, a German kid, very talented, but we want to see it. It takes some time. Also his price tag, I think that's also one of the things that put some pressure on him. But away from that, no, of course, he's he's very talented, knows how to play the game. But the only thing what happens now, also because his team also had, some glimpses now, you understand, just before the international games kicked off. So that's why people are going to highlight him and going to look at him because they expect more from him. And I think, it's just a matter of time. I don't think the speed of the game probably will be a big surprise for him. But away from that, he's got the skill, the talent, so it's just going to take some time for him. And I hope it doesn't take him too long.
Mario, you went missing for a while. Was it something that I said? You were away. You were away so long, Frank forgot your name.
You see, Greg, I don't know why they left. You know what it is, Greg? They sent me on holiday and they said to me, enjoy it. Okay, then I do it.
Amen to that. I love that. Oh, Frank, they're never going to let you live that down.
Right, come on, Stevie,
But
stick up
Stevie,
for them.
Jurgen Klopp said, don't worry, everything will be fine. Are you worried?
Listen, I don't think you can have any problem with what, other than the generational thing. The rest of it is complete and utter common sense. And hopefully and probably will happen. Once things settle down, once Liverpool settle down, once they get into some sort of groove, once Wirtz gets in some sort of groove and finds his feet with the pace of the game and all the other things, then yes, he's too talented to not produce in a team that's
But you
full
have
of
been
talent.
worried,
They
Stevie.
just haven't managed to get it together again.
You have had your worried moments.
Yeah. In terms of Nagelsmann, I mean, if I was German, I'd be worried because he obviously hasn't been watching what Wirtz has been doing. So what's he been doing with the rest of them? I mean, he's talking complete and utter nonsense. He's completely gambled and lost the gamble. But in terms of Klopp, I actually agree with Klopp. I think it is a matter of time with Wirtz. Hopefully, though, it's not too long because Liverpool can't afford to keep slipping up. We can't let Arsenal get too far ahead. So they need Wirtz.
Is that time, and we sort of tried to talk about this yesterday, and we sort of moved it to today. Because yesterday's show was filled with so much good stuff we couldn't get to it. The big question is, one of the big questions about Liverpool, there are several before this big game against Man United off the back of the international break, where Liverpool came in off the back of the Chelsea defeat away from home, played poorly, got outplayed, deserved what they got. Salah was poor. Stevie and I went over it a week or so ago. We went over the midfield, we went over the space that were allowed, went over multiple things. But Florian Wirtz was on the bench. Yep. What's the decision that Arne Slot is going to make to get this season rolling? And we're talking about getting this season going again. They're second in the league. I think the big picture is they haven't played well. And is he going to pick? Is he playing Stevie?
Yeah.
Florian Wirtz? You don't know.
I don't think Wirtz will play.
You don't think he'll play?
I thought the question was going to be Ekitike or Isak.
Oh yeah, we're getting
there, but we're just focusing on Wirtz.
I don't think no.
But
no.
Don't you think coming in playing your biggest rival? Well, certainly not in terms of the league, but in terms of historically, your biggest rival. You're at home. What a great opportunity for him to get his Liverpool career up and running.
Well, that sounds lovely. It sounds great. That'd be a great story.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's been thinking. Arne Slot, I'm sure, along with the rest of us, have been thinking this was going to happen every week, and it's not happening.
Right.
But and so coming off 3 defeats, are you really going to go again? I don't think you will.
But at home, away from home, I kind of see that picture away from home.
It's a possibility.
At home,
if Konaté's fit, right?
He's playing number 2.
It's a possibility that Wirtz might play. If Konaté's not fit, then he's going to have to move Gravenberch back and maybe play Endo. So you can't play Endo and you can't play Wirtz. So if Konaté's fit, it's a possibility Wirtz plays. But if Konaté's not fit, I don't see any way that you put Wirtz in the middle of the park. Just don't see it.
In Alexander Isak and your boy Hugo Ekitike, what does Arne Slot do there?
Well, you know what? I want to believe Steve because last time he made a bet where he said that that Isak won't play the first game and he didn't. So I think he knows better than us. And if he said that Wirtz might not play, he has the internal contact. So I want to trust him. But you know what? We want to see the best of all the best players, and it doesn't matter the price tag. It doesn't matter, if you just sign or not. Liverpool is concerned about every player, even the players who were there last season, and we're talking about Konaté, Van Dijk, and some others. Szoboszlai, McAllister. We don't recognize him. So yeah, we're focusing on some players, but the others haven't been good as well. So Liverpool is still second, and I mentioned that last time, that we say, well, yeah, they're not playing well, but it's still second. So it says a lot about the quality of the players and the fact that maybe they still have something, they still have a soul in the team. But yeah, I want to believe that it's possible that Arne Slot doesn't play Wirtz and give a chance to the more offensive team with Ekitike maybe on the left side with Isak and maybe Gakpo behind Isak and Salah on the right side. everything is possible according to what we're going to see. Yeah, I agree with Craig. What's going on at the back as well, and where Gravenberch is going to play. But they're going to put a big pressure. I mean, that's a game we should show to the world that Liverpool is back to the race and to the best that they, as they have been last season.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see, if I was a Liverpool fan, if I was watching, having watched what I've watched at the start of the season, I'd like to see Ekitike start, and I'd like to see Alexander Isak being sort of filtered into this team to get his game time and his sharpness, which I don't think he's at yet. He's played for Sweden tonight in a game that you wouldn't want to watch, and we didn't. But Ekitike has been one of the players that has excited the Liverpool supporters. He's made he's made a difference in games. His link-up play's been good. His running's been good. His goal scoring's been good. And I get it. Alexander Isak's your big signing. He's been the big story. You've chased him all summer. He basically, we could argue about it, but he went on strike, or he went back to train with Real Sociedad. He pushed the move through. So it's understandable when you spend that kind of money, you want to get somebody in the team, but not to the detriment of the team getting the points. And you can't argue that Ekitike at the start of the season,
is the man.
Since the Community Shield onwards, has, apart from his faux pas in the Carabao Cup where he took his shirt off for the second booking and he missed the Crystal Palace game, he's been excellent. So that's another big call.
But you know what it's like though, Craig? It's not always straightforward. It just doesn't always come down to form. Because if it's on form, then it's a no-brainer. Ekitike has to start.
So what
I don't think he'll start him.
What's the barrier?
Well, I think the barrier is it's your big signing. You try to get him up to speed. There's always the pecking order, and I think right now that is going to override what Ekitike has, which is wrong, but I think that's going to override what he's done on the field. Because on form, Ekitike does deserve to start.
Yeah, but hey, guys.
Stevie, that's awful. What you say, I hear you. Sorry, Mario, but I hear you, Stevie. It's true, but we are talking about politics. We're not talking about football. I mean, those people, if they do that, if Arne Slot decides to put Isak because it's a big price tag, I mean, that's a shame for football. I mean, I'm with Craig. I mean, Ekitike has to play.
I don't think he
but
will.
you know,
I don't disagree, by the way. Sorry, Mario. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I just don't think he will.
No, but
I know.
Mario?
Hey, think about last season. Last season, when this happened at the international break, Slot was in, and he started the game when they came back after the national team break. They lost that game, and the second one, he changed the momentum and he played him. So I think, you understand, looking at him, because I remember the first time it happened to him, it was like me saying, like, it's a new league for him. He just has to adapt. He has to get used to it, stuff like that. The second game, he didn't make that mistake. He played his strongest team. So if now, whatever happens now, you understand, coming into this game, okay, I agree, you know, Isak, you know, they did everything to get this player to their team, so it's kind of weird if he wouldn't start. When it comes to Wirtz, he might make that decision because in the middle of the park is exactly where you can really overrun Man United. Because I think if it doesn't click well in the middle for Man United, that's where they can win the battle. So I think for Liverpool, they will pump that midfield full of energy. So either Wirtz is ready to attack that energy, and if not, they will play their stronger side and will really, try to hurt them as bad as they can.
If they've got no legs in midfield, United, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Casemiro, Iguate, Bruno Fernandes is playing there. It's not his position. He doesn't understand the defensive aspects, the positional aspects of being a deeper line midfielder. And it also negates, which we've talked about at length, it negates his ability to influence the game, 30 yards further up the field. And you just think, just feel, particularly at home at Anfield against this United side who are weak in that area, that Florian Wirtz could really find the space to run the show. Now, whether that is the manager's thinking or not, I don't know, but I think there's a great opportunity here for Liverpool to go and put a marker down against all the sort of negativity of the last 3 games or so, where they've been sort of dragged from pillar to post, playing Szoboszlai at right back. And it'd be interesting thing if he does try to sit shoehorn Ekitike in and Isak and he plays him on the left, this would be something that's crept into this manager's way of thinking, with trying to get some new signings in. I'll move Szoboszlai to right back and I'll move him because I want to play him. And thus far, that hasn't worked particularly well for him. So I think it's apples and oranges for me. He's putting the house on Isak starting and been sharp enough and putting Ekitike on the bench, or he's playing the informed striker and Hugo Ekitike, and he's sent to Alexander Isak. It's a long season. It's been a disrupted summer for you. This player's done particularly well, and we're going to try and get you up to speed this way. There's two different ways of looking at how to go about this.
Arne Slot's in a position where last year we knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
You knew what was happening. You knew who was playing where. You knew what the jobs were. You know who was starting where.
And maybe that's a bigger test of his management now.
Right now, listen to us talking. We don't know whether Wirtz is going to play. We don't know if Ekitike is going to play. We don't know whether Isak is going to play. I mean, there's so many questions now, and we just don't know what he's going to put on the field at Anfield.